that's a pity.
Yeah,
I was really laying down some home truth there, Chris.
Maybe we'll just keep it in there.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, we'll see.
Anywho.
Yeah. But yeah, so, okay, I want to turn our attention real quick to the indictment of Letitia James.
Yeah, and listen, let's not forget about who she is.
Yeah, no, she is the Attorney General. Is it Attorney General, Chris? Like, what is her title, actually?
She's a New York Attorney General. So she is the highest ranking lawyer in the state of New York.
Yeah. So like basically this is someone who is quite up there, and more to the point, someone who has a real history with Donald Trump. She is the one who was able to get him convicted, actually.
Is that the 34?
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. She was in the room when it happened.
Oh, she was in the room when it happened.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so
she was just staring right at him, and he's just like apparently smelling up the place.
So like this is, she is the woman who handed Donald Trump his most humiliating moment to date.
Yeah. That
we know about. So it's not a surprise that Donald Trump doesn't like her. What was a surprise was when he apparently tried to direct message Pam Bondi, his attorney general, but he, put it on blast for everyone
on his True Social.
Like, absolutely outstanding. Like, excellent work there, Boomer Grandpa. Like, so basically saying, you need to go after Letitia James. You need to go after Adam Shifty Schiff. You need to go after all these people that I hate.
James Comey.
Because, yeah, exactly, right? And, because justice will not be denied, which is, like, to give you an idea of the level of scandal this is, people, anyone who's listening onto this, right? At the end of Barack Obama's presidency, right?
Which one? Second term.
Yeah, exactly. So coming up, this is 2016, coming up in the election, right? There was a big scandal because Bill Clinton, the former president, happened to run into and speak with Obama's attorney general on a tarmac at an airport.
I remember that.
Yeah, exactly, right? So now he says he just ran into her and they exchanged pleasantries and whatnot, and talked a little bit. And then his the attorney general got on the plane and
Eric
left,
Holder.
Right? Sorry?
Is that Eric Holder?
No, it wasn't Eric Holder. It was after Eric Holder.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah. I can't remember exactly who it was, unfortunately. We should probably look that up if we were not frauds ourselves. But yeah, so like this was a huge deal because the right wing screamed bloody murder, said this is proof of a conspiracy to weaponize the Justice Department, to, tell the Attorney General to go after Hillary Clinton's, political opponents. And that must have been the case because, Hillary Clinton was running for president at the time.
Loretta Lynch.
Right. Sorry?
Loretta Lynch?
Yes, Loretta Lynch. Thank you very much. So, yeah, like that was a big deal. And, for the record, yeah, Bill Clinton, what the fuck were you thinking? What the actual fuck were you thinking? That was a dumbass thing to do. You should not ever breach the wall between the political end of the White House and the Department of Justice. The Department of Justice is sacrosanct. It has to be above politics. It has to be purely neutral. It never fucking is.
The executive and the judiciary.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. This is the thing. Like the Attorney General is not the president's lawyer. The Attorney General is America's lawyer. So it's one of those things, right? Where like, yeah, Bill Clinton was being an asshole, and if you did try to get anything done, nothing actually happened. But it was enough of a problem, honestly, that it was a scandal, and it should have been to some degree. Yeah. This is Donald Trump literally shouting out to everyone, hey, everyone, I'm weaponizing the Justice Department, and I am demanding that my Attorney General immediately, indict people I don't like, regardless of the facts.
Completely dispensed with the tarmac and just said it
100%. Yeah.
On the site that he runs and owns.
Exactly. Less tarmac, more white marble flooring. Let's put it that way.
Sure.
Yeah. So after he puts out that DM,
publicly,
Bondi decides that she will, in fact, be indicting people Trump doesn't like. She indicts James Comey. Exactly. Yep. Now, we've already mentioned this before because that indictment was loads of fun, fantastically poorly drafted. And it's a case that has no chance of winning in any reasonable court of law. I'd be surprised if it even made it in front of a jury. And one of the real tells, Chris, is that the person who signed off on it and presented this indictment is Lindsay Halligan.
Lindsay Halligan, she's back.
Yeah, who is the U.S. attorney
for the pod.
Yeah, for the Eastern District of Virginia. Like, Insurance lawyer extraordinaire and prosecutor not at all. So she's, the reason why she's doing this, even though she is literally the head of that office, and this is scut work that you farm out to like the lawyers who are just getting started, right?
Yeah.
Is that none of the lower lawyers would touch it with a 10-foot pole.
Now, why is that? Why wouldn't you want to do this thing that the president has asked you to do? If you are a regular career prosecutor.
I am delighted that you asked me that question.
That's why I'm here.
Because the thing is, you see, if you're a lawyer, you are an officer of the court. And that means that you have certain ethical duties, one of which is not to lie to the court.
Oh, that's nice.
I know. One of which is, if you're a prosecutor, not to bring a case that you do not think you have a good shot of winning.
Okay.
You do not waste the court's time.
Right.
Right? You do not make accusations of fraud without evidence to back them up, right?
Right.
So all of this is a thing. And if you do that kind of thing, the courts can absolutely refer you for disbarment to the Bar Association.
So you lose your job and your career.
Yeah. So you are no longer a lawyer. And the thing is, if you're a lawyer, like, it's like death is bad. Don't get me wrong, Chris. Death is bad.
I heard it's not great.
Yeah. But disbarment? Woof.
Well, what are you going to do?
Right. Well, that's the thing. Are you going to go work at fucking like Little Caesars?
You might. Hey, man. It's just as good as being a lawyer, from what I understand.
Well, that's it.
It's the same.
Well, you could always
better food.
Run a Cinnabon in, Omaha, Nebraska.
You could run a Cinnabon in Omaha, Nebraska, deep cut, if you know what that is.
Exactly. So, it's not the kind of thing you really want to do. It's not on anyone's to-do list. Lindsay Halligan apparently isn't all that wedded to being a lawyer, I guess. So she's going to gamble with her law license. And, I'd say that I wish her the best, but I honestly don't.
No.
I wish her nothing but professional ruin because, Jesus Christ, she's a disgrace to lawyers everywhere.
Well, that's just it.
But she's done it again, Chris.
She's done it again.
She's done it again because she has now brought an absolutely ridiculous indictment against Letitia James. She is claiming that Letitia James has committed fraud, basically, right?
Yeah.
Specifically mortgage fraud, that she applied for a mortgage stating that it was for a property that was going to be her primary residence, but it wasn't. It wasn't going to be her primary residence.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so therefore she may have, made like $18,000 in saved mortgage charges.
Oh, snap.
Which, I know. That's considerable.
$18,000.
$18,000.
Wow. Throw her in jail.
Not too bad, right?
Throw her in jail.
Yeah. If she committed fraud. But
what?
Yeah, that's where it all kind of falls down.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So the issue here is that she wasn't buying the property for herself. She was buying it for her niece. She was co-signing the loan, as people often do.
Yeah.
When they have more money than their relatives. And they're like, well, I'm going to help my, relative get a leg up, right?
Yeah.
So, okay, all perfectly fine and normal. She signs a power of attorney. And in the power of attorney document, it states that the mortgage will be for a primary residence, right?
Right.
Now, that looks potentially bad. But the problem is, you see, in order to prove fraud, you have to show that Letitia James, A, intended to give a false impression, and B, didn't do anything to, get rid of that false impression. When actually there's a ton of evidence that Letitia James explicitly told the lending authority, oh, no, this is not my primary residence. I'm co-signing this loan. This is for my niece. This is not a primary residence thing. So...
Okay.
If that's true, and it appears that it absolutely is, then it's not just that the government doesn't have a case. It's that Letitia James has proof of her innocence. There's no way that the government can win this. This is pure harassment.
Is it not malicious prosecution?
I think it would be. You could have a very good argument that this is malicious prosecution. I mean, all the evidence is there. Donald Trump putting out a fucking truth tweet saying, go after my political enemies. I don't care about the evidence. That could be evidence that this isn't really about a crime, but about harassment, Chris.
It's about revenge. I mean, this is what's happening.
It could very well be.
It's like you're just seeing Trump and I guess the MAGA movement that is within the White House, basically saying, all of our friends were indicted, put in jail, or lost their careers because they tried to, do an insurrection or defraud a whole bunch of people like Steve Bannon did, or, generally be terrible human beings. Notwithstanding, we need to do that to our enemies as well. It's a total shit show.
Yeah.
Like it's utterly ridiculous.
Yeah.
And my issue is that, is she concerned about her future? Maybe not. Because, if you don't think you're going to lose, if you don't think you're ever going to lose again, I'll do whatever I'm told.
Yeah. Well, and I guess Lindsay Halligan is rolling them bones, she's making a big old bet here that, Donald Trump, who is 80 years old and his brain is pudding, will somehow be in power forever. And I honestly, I don't think that's a wise bet.
No.
I'd like to finish off with a quote because I found a good one.
Okay.
It's from the ex-dictator of Peru, General Oscar Benavides.
Oscar Benavides.
It was,
We're having him on next week.
Oh, absolutely. He's dead and he's a fascist, but we'll channel him in. It'll be great.
We'll get the Ghostbusters in. It's fine.
But so this his quote is kind of like a perfect encapsulation of the kind of corrupt, incompetent fascism that we're seeing under Donald Trump in today's America. And it is this.
I think you've said it before.
For my friends, everything. For my enemies, the law.
Yeah.
And that's basically what we're seeing here.
That's where we are right now, it's, luckily we live in a country that, the United States is a country that has a lot of splits between the ability to, get people to get the momentum for fascism. We'll see. This is a big test for the country.
It's going to be hard to run 350 million people who don't want to be run.
Yeah, exactly. And America's a big place. Lots of guns. And, most of the MAGA people are good people. Yeah. Because they just want, this is something that somebody said real quickly, that why aren't Donald Trump's poll numbers better? Because people want him to sort out food prices. They want him to sort out the economy. They want him to sort out all this other stuff. And what's he doing? He's building alligator Alcatraz and he's arresting his political enemies and he's
sending the military into American cities. And so
it's absolutely nuts. Yeah. It's absolutely nuts.
Yep.
So So that's where we are.
And that's what we're doing. Where we're going to stay for the next several days.
I guess we're going to have to keep on watching out for that.
Guess so.
Yeah. Good. You should watch these.